Hello everyone, welcome to English Now. In this video, we shall be discussing the chapter, the adjective. The part second has come over here, which we're going to discuss, because in the previous video, the last Monday, we had discussed the part 1 of the same, and now we're going to discuss part 2. This video, the adjective part 2, is going to be useful for students and spoken English learners. So if you want to write your exam, adjective is definitely going to be help to you. So before we begin, I want to ask you a question. Can you find the difference between the words beautiful, some, tree, this, and which? The words are beautiful, some, tree, this, and which. You have to find the difference between these words, and do you know, each word changes the meaning of a sentence in a completely different way. So how these words change the meaning of a sentence and what the differences between these are, we shall be discussing. So yes, these are adjectives, and there are types of adjectives which we shall be discussing in the chapter later on. But before we start, we will revise what adjective really is. An adjective is a word that describes, qualifies or gives more information about a noun or a pronoun. Adjective वो होता है जो डिस्क्राइब करता है नाउन को, क्वालिफाई करता है नाउन को, या कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन देता है अबाउट नाउन और प्रोनाउन. दैट इज एडजेक्टिव. सो किसी भी वर्ड को एक्सप्लेन करने वाले वर्ड्स एडजेक्टिव होते हैं. इन सिंपल वर्ड्स वी कैन ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड एन एडजेक्टिव एज मीनिंग, कलर, साइज, नंबर, क्वालिटी और फीलिंग टू अ नाउन. So any word that adds any kind of meaning, color, size or any kind of quality it talks about a noun will be adjective. For example, she has a beautiful dress. Now dress, this word over here is noun, and this word beautiful qualifies or gives more information about the word dress. So this will be adjective here. This is an important lesson. I have 3 pens. He is a kind teacher. Now the words over here are important, tree and kind. These words talk more about their respective nouns, so they will be adjective. Now the point we are going to start from here will be point 6, because up to point 5 we have discussed already in the previous video on Monday. So point 6 says adjectives of number or numeral adjectives. They are of 3 kinds. These adjectives are of 3 kinds. First, definite numeral adjectives. Now what these are? Definite numeral adjectives denote an exact number. They denote exact number when they talk about the quality of their respective nouns. So what these are? They are 1, 2, 3. These simply are the numbers. These are called cardinals. And we have ordinals also. For example, first, second, third. When anything is talked about in a series, when things are kept in series and they're talked about, they will be called as first, second, and third, and they will be ordinals. So now what these are, let's talk a little more about it. A cardinal denotes how many. So if you want to know what cardinals are, you have to ask questions how many, you'll get the answer, that will be cardinal. And ordinals are the order of things in a series. So when things are kept in series and you have to order them, you have to understand them, order of things, that will be ordinals. Now second will be indefinite numeral adjectives. What these are? What indefinite numeral adjectives? They do not denote an exact number. They never denote exact number because they are indefinite. So what the examples of it can be? All, no, many, few, some. Any, certain, several, and sundry will be the examples of it. Third will be distributive numeral adjectives. क्या होते हैं ये? They refer to each one of a number. They refer to each one. So they are called distributive. They are talking about everything in a group. For example, each boy must take his turn. So they are talking about each boy, every single boy. India expects every man to do his duty. So every man has been talked about here. Every word of it is false. So every word, they're talking about every word. Either pen will do, which means out of the 2 pens, either pen will do. On either side on a narrow lane, there's a narrow lane going, and either side. Neither accusation is true, so there were 2 accusations probably, and neither is true. So these words are distributive adjective. Now point 7 is the same adjective may be classed as of quality or number according to its use. So how adjectives are going to be used this way, as quantity or number? So we have some examples, adjectives of quantity and adjective of number. I ate some rice. So rice here over here is uncountable, so the word which we are using as adjective will be adjective of quantity. For example, some. So some over here will be adjective of quantity. Some boys are clever. So over here boys can be countable, so some will be adjective of number. Same thing goes with he has lost all his wealth. Now wealth over here is uncountable, so all will be adjective of quantity. Now all men must die. Men can be countable, so all over here will be adjective of number. You have no sense. There are no pictures in this book. So first one, no sense will be adjective of quantity and no pictures will be adjective of number because pictures can be countable. He did not eat any rice. Are there any mango trees in this garden? Rice is uncountable, so any will be adjective of quantity. Mango trees can be countable, so any over here will be adjective of number. So you can understand uncountable things will be adjective of quantity, and for countables we will use adjective of number. Another example we've had, I have enough sugar. There are not enough spoons. So sugar is countable, it's not countable, and spoons are countable. So enough over here will be in the green color, it will be adjective of number. Now let's talk about point 8, which says demonstrative adjectives point out which person or thing is meant. So demonstrative adjective talks about which person out of many. So for example, this boy is stronger than Hari. So if there are two boys and out of them one is Hari, the other boy is also there. So we are talking about this boy. We are pointing out towards a boy who is stronger than Hari. So this will be demonstrative adjective over here. Now that boy is industrious. We are pointing out towards a particular boy, that boy. These mangoes are sour. Out of the mangoes kept, we're talking about a couple of mangoes, that these mangoes are sour. Those rascals must be punished. Don't be in such a hurry. I hate such things. So these words, these, this, that, such, these will be demonstrative adjectives. So if you want to reach out to the answer of yours, you have to ask which, and the answer you get will be demonstrative adjective. So this you have to do when you get your question paper in front of you. Now we're going to discuss, it will be noticed that this and that are used with singular nouns. This and that को हमेशा singular nouns के साथ use किया जाता है, and these and those with plural nouns. Plural nouns के साथ these and those use होते हैं. This, that are singular and these, those are plural. Now we are going to discuss point number 9, which says what, which and whose, when they're used with nouns to ask questions, are called interrogative adjectives. तो interrogative adjectives हमेशा एक question पूछने के लिए use किए जाते हैं. So ये हमेशा ही words what, which and whose के साथ start होते हैं to ask questions, और sentence के end में हमेशा ही एक question mark होता है तो we call it question word. For example, what manner of a man is he? So the word starts with what to ask a question. Which way shall we go? So the word starts with which, and the intention is to ask a question, as in which way shall we go? We have to select a road out of the two, so we have to ask a question. Whose book is this? Now again, the word starts with whose, the question word. To ask a question, who is the person, who is the owner of the book? It will be seen that what is used in a general sense and which in a selective sense. So what is used generally and which is used when you have to select one out of the two or many. So that was today's topic we have discussed. Next topic we'll be discussing in the coming part 3, which will come next Monday at the same time, the remaining portion of the chapter adjective which I'll be discussing. How did you like the video? You can share your comments down in the comment below. What else do you want to watch? You can share that as well. We'll meet in another video with part 3 of adjectives. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.